In this video, I will tell you how to convert English or Gregorian year to Islamic year in seconds. Islamic year or Hijri year is composed of 354 days instead of 365 days. And Gregorian year is the most commonly used year, and as we know, current year is 2023, but what is current Hijri or Islamic year? From this 2023, we can immediately tell in seconds what is current Islamic year. But how? There are two very simple equations. We will explain these and we will also explain their derivations. First one is we will have to subtract 622 from current Islamic year and multiply it by a factor 365 divided by 354. It will give you current Hijri year. And second one is subtract 622 from current English year and multiply it by a factor 1.031. Let's explain the first equation. Suppose current year is 2023. Put this in this equation 2023 minus 622 multiplied by 365 and divided by 354. It gives us the answer 1444. This is the current Islamic year. But to make this equation understandable and convenient and logical, let's explain. As we know, Islamic year started when Holy Prophet peace be upon him migrated from Mecca to Medina, and that year was 622 CE. That means 622 CE was 0 AH or 0 Islamic year, and what we have to do is subtract current English year from 622. It should give you current Islamic year. But that's not the case. It's not that simple. It's because Islamic year is a lunar year, not a solar year. And number of days in an Islamic year is 354, not 365. So subtracting 622 from current English year will give you English years past in between this span, not Islamic years. To convert these Gregorian years to Islamic years, we will have to multiply it by a factor, and suppose its units are English years. To make its units Hijri years, we will multiply it by this factor, and this English year will be cancelled out and we will be left with Hijri year. But wait, after multiplying this factor, this equation will only be remained unchanged when this factor is equal to 1. But since one Hijri year and one Islamic year are not one English year are not equal, so currently this factor is not 1. To make this factor equal to 1, we will convert and accommodate number of days contained in both type of these years. One Hijri year is 354 days and one English year is 365 days. So this gives us this equation, and when we'll simplify this equation, we will get finally this equation: current English year minus 622 multiplied by 365 over 354 is current Islamic year. Now come towards second method. Suppose current solar year is 2023 CE and Islamic year was started in 622 CE. So in these 2023 minus 622 is equal to 1401 solar years past. Number of Islamic years past are more than that because its total number of days per year are shorter. We will find how many additional Islamic years passed in this span of 1401, and we will add up that in this equation of CE minus 622. When one solar year is passed, Islamic years passed are 1 year plus 11 days, as its number of days are 354 instead of 365. After passing 10 solar years, lunar or Islamic years passed will be 10 Islamic years plus 110 days. And thus, when 354 divided by 11 or 32.18 solar years will be passed, number of additional days passed in lunar year will be 354. And in other words, after passing 354 divided by 11 or 32.18 solar years, one more lunar year will be passed and one has to be added. Now in span of CE minus 22 or 1401, number of additional years will be 1401 divided by 32.18 or 1401 whole divided by 354 by 11 is equal to 43.5. This will give us 1444. Thus equation looks like CE minus 622 plus CE minus 622 whole divided by 32.18 or 354 by 11. After simplifying this equation or taking the factor CE minus 622 out, we are left with CE minus 622 into 365 by 354 or CE minus 622 into 1.03 is equal to current Islamic year. Thank you very much.